Lighthouse Dark is a partially improvised fictional comedy. Every season, you can count on 3 things. 1. Someone will get lost. 2. Someone will find a collection of weird commercials, news clips, and homemade videos. And 3. Trying to survive. Could be deadly. Last time on Lighthouse Dark, Carson made a new friend, killed him, and got ready to eat a deer raw. Now that the cannibalism is taking hold, how long can Carson maintain his humanity? Let's get lost. Okay, did I get it? Is this recording? Is this on? I don't know if I'm doing it right. Carson. Oh boy.
Yeah, sure, it's probably fine. 12 steps. It's just 12, right?
Oh, I haven't seen him this bad since he had the fever. Carson, am I talking to anyone? Do we know? Oh, can you come over here? You're making me uncomfortable.
Oh, here. Yeah, I can take over from here. Yeah, you did a good job. It's running. Oh, by the way, Hazel, that guy a few weeks back, the one who claimed his name was Jacob, did we ever clear up if that was your husband? I don't know, maybe that's just too presumptuous of me. The way he was looking at the cabin, it was like he'd seen it before. Like he was infatuated with it.
Yeah, I think that was him.
Oh, Hazel, I'm sorry I had to kill him. It was him or me.
No need to apologize. I'd almost forgotten about him, actually.
I take it you two had hit a rough patch?
Probably. Anyway, they don't want to hear about me. Tell them about the creature on the roof.
Oh. So, listeners, the thing on the roof is back. I thought I'd shaken it for a long time, but it's getting hard to sleep at night again. And I'd say it's putting me on edge, but I really can't think of much besides the hunger right now. I haven't eaten in probably 4 hours. I am so famished. I'm shaking as I record this.
I really thought that beaver would be enough.
Well, listeners, it's official. I'm a cannibal now.
By the way, before I forget, I was in the basement again, so I cracked the other window.
There's another one?
Unfortunately, I still don't think it's gonna be enough.
Oh, I am a sweater. Wait, can you smell being, dead?
Unfortunately, yes.
Okay, that's fun. So I thought I'd record again because I remembered this old TV show, and that made me think of the program for recovering alcoholics. So it occurred to me, maybe there should be one for cannibals. That's why I was cackling over there a little earlier. You ever think about that, Hazel? Oh, wait. Did you ever...
become a cannibal like my boys? Oh, no, I'm a vegetarian.
So yeah, this 12-step program idea. One of the things that recovering alcoholics are encouraged to do is apologize to people they've wronged or think they've wronged due to their actions. Now, my mom has long since passed, some of my friends are dead, and even if I wanted to visit those that are left, the man I killed a week and a half ago has a truck at the bottom of the mountain. I can't get down there. If I even tried, I'd have to leave this place unprotected. No offense, Hazel. I'm sure you're more than capable.
Not really. I don't like violence.
See? So I can't go anyway. In lieu of being able to tell these people in person that I'm sorry for things I've done to them in the past, I thought I'd just say it into my phone, on my app. To you people. Consider it a confessional, or just a really boring audiobook. But before I do, I gotta see if I can do anything about this leg. It's acting up again.
Oh, the one you hurt in school?
Yep.
I really wish we could get that thing on ice.
Yeah, so do I. Unfortunately, I can't find any.
There's snow outside everywhere.
Yeah, I know, but it only stays cold for so long once we bring it inside.
Well, you don't have to have the fire going all the time.
It's like an old married couple, huh?
Oh, no.
Nope, I knew it when I said it. Yeah, Hazel and I got a lot closer once I stopped screaming every time she phased through the wall. You sure there's not any beaver left?
Positive.
And you haven't seen any others out there running around?
Nope.
What about your sons? Did they have any tricks to keep the hunger at bay?
We tried a lot of things. We tried tying their arms and legs, putting a gag in their mouth. That's about it, really. You sure you don't mind me being here for this?
I'd actually prefer it. Alright, so let's get this thing started. I had a teacher back in high school, Dr. Dan Klein. Whenever I was struggling with my parents not really being around for me, or with a classmate who'd steal my books every time I bought them from the Scholastic Book Fair, Dr. Klein was there for me. He really did become sort of a mentor as I got closer to college. Alright, here goes. Dear Dr. Klein, you might not remember me, but my name is Carson Brooks. I sat behind Peggy Soothton in 10th grade trig. I want to start by saying that I enjoyed teaching you how to play chess. I did not, however, enjoy how thoroughly you beat me 2 weeks after I taught you. Yeah, you never should have won that tournament. Anytime I'd stay after school, just because I didn't feel like going home right away. You were there, reminding me that if I stayed a little longer, I was going to get in trouble. Yeah, you would make sure I got on that bus, and you wouldn't stop yelling till I did, and I just want you to know that I know now you did it because you cared. When Jessica stood me up for prom, and you ridiculed me at the dance all night long, explaining to me exactly why she would never go for a guy like me, and why I should probably drop out of school because there was no way that college was going to be any kinder. That reached me. I did eventually go to college, but you were right. I just wasn't made for it, you know? Somehow I graduated anyway. But you know, another thing I'll never forget is when you came to pick me up from that retro arcade out in Jomphe. I still don't know how my parents forgot they dropped me off there, but they were busy planning Aunt Peggy's funeral. Guess they just lost track of time. So now that I've said thank you, I need to say sorry. I'm sorry, Dr. Klein. I'm sorry for going to college and failing you. I'm sorry for seeking happiness when you kept insisting I would simply never find it. And I'm sorry for stealing the engagement ring you intended to give your fiancé, the one who died in a plane crash 3 weeks later. I did return the ring. Snuck it into your mailbox one night when I was pretty sure you were asleep. I was the guy wearing the Halloween outfit so you wouldn't see my face. Most of all, Dr. Klein, you taught me that the best way forward in life was to accept who I am, flaws and all. I now know that the more information I have, the better equipped I am to handle it. And I have you to thank for that. But the thing I'm sorry for most is the cannibalism. I don't want to eat raw meat again, but I know I will. But I can promise you that once I get done licking my lips, I will apologize again. To you. Every night. For the rest of my life. Or at least for as long as I remember. Sincerely, Carson Brooks. From Trig.
Oh, are you okay, Carson? I must have been so hard on you.
No, there's no other beaver? Really? You're not lying to me, are you, Hazel?
No. Please don't.
Don't what? There's gotta be... No, you're right, I believe you. It's fine.
Do you want to do your next one?
My next one? How many people do you think I have to apologize to?
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have assumed.
No, it's okay, I got 2 more. Hey, I have to hit the bathroom quick. You want to plug this flash drive into the phone here?
Oh, are these those commercials and video clips and news things you were talking about? The weird ones?
Yeah, you haven't gotten a chance to hear too many of those yet, have you?
No. Can I listen now?
Yeah, go for it. All right, listeners, I'll be back.
Oh, good. Let's see what we have.
Come on out to 4-Wheel Friday at Todd's Used Cars. I'm Lance, and this here is the only man you need for a great deal on a used car.
Thanks, Lance. Hi, I'm Todd. At 4-Wheel Friday, if it has 4 wheels, it's on sale. Just as long as it's between the designated sale cones. I can't afford to go bankrupt again.
Hey, that wasn't his fault. That pyramid scheme looked legit. I would have fallen for it. See these balloons? Todd bought these things just for the commercial. That's how much he cares about making you smile when you watch these things. Why not reward him by purchasing a slightly used car or truck?
I'll even throw in a dozen balloons, provided they're still inflated when you get here. 4-Wheel Friday is a really great special deal at Todd's Used Cars. The bakery thing kind of fell flat, since we were doing it in the summer, and we had a sort of falling out with the bakers. But that's okay. 4-Wheel Friday is the genius result of a late-night poker game in which Lance suggested we have a sale. And I thought, why do we need a sale? We're selling used cars. They're cheap enough, right? But Lance made me see the error of my ways. So now, designated sale cones, 4-Wheel Friday, save on whatever these here are. Dodge?
Mitsubishis. It's a common mistake. Hey, Lance here again. I just want to say I'm really happy that Todd extended an olive branch to me. And we didn't quite see eye to eye in college, but he apologized, and I think I'm going to forgive him. But in the meantime, he did offer me this nice job, which comes in nice and handy since I was just fired from my last one 8 months ago. The details don't matter. What does matter is you can trust Todd. I trust him. You know, we once went snorkeling in Bermuda. I lost my life jacket, and I'm not a good swimmer. I was thrashing around, panicking. I was even starting to pray to my dearly departed ma in between the bubbles. Then I felt these two lanky arms really struggle to get me out of the water, but he pulled it off. And then finally, as I was lying there on that beach, staring up at the sky, just directly into the sun, I still had to get surgery for that. I saw the bravest man I've ever met. That man's name is Todd, and he sells cars. Used cars, legally. Yeah, legally. Oh, Todd's used cars. Is there a better sound in the world? Are there any 3 better words to put together? I don't know if there are. If there are, I haven't heard them, I'll tell you that much. You're embarrassing me a little there, Lance, but we're running out of time. Thanks for watching this somewhat long commercial for Todd's Used Cars. And don't forget, 4-Wheel Friday, every Friday that we feel like it. Designated sale cone position is subject to change. And while you're here, say hi to Lance. He's a nice guy, I think. Todd's Used Cars. And Lance.
These days more than ever, mental health matters. The world is hard. Life gets tough sometimes. I'm here to listen. I'm here to help. And I'm here to invite you to begin your journey towards self-care. I am Dr. Laurel Frank, fully licensed therapist, and I want to give you a clear impression of what to expect as my new patient. For starters, Fortune Cookie Friday. I'm well aware of the stereotypes regarding therapists, psychiatrists, and psychologists, but every Friday, we're gonna have some fun, on your time, on your dime. Just pick a fortune cookie from a basket by the door, and crack it open. We'll interpret what's inside together. Does it mean anything? What do you think? Most therapists just sit and listen, occasionally asking an open-ended question that buys them at least another 15 to 30 minutes of not having to respond. But I'm different. I'll give you worksheets. Even before you come in, you'll know the first 30 questions I'm going to ask. I might not ask them all at once, but this way you can work ahead. Ideally, you'll have to change your answers to several questions multiple times a week. I'm also proud to offer therapy dogs. When you choose Laurel Frank as your therapist, you'll get a special stuffed dog to talk to and hug when you need to. Therapy can help, but it can also be very stressful. That's why I have What Do You Think It Means Wednesday, just to keep things light. After all, a big part of this process is you putting in the work to determine what's going on. I can only help so much, and sometimes not at all, but we're all human. If life gets you down, hug your therapy dog. As a patient of Dr. Laurel Frank, your appointments don't stop with you. Upon your passing, your next closest relative will be invited to start their own journey, even if they don't want to. They'll still be charged until they attend 9 sessions in a basket weaving class, because I care. I'm Dr. Laurel Frank, and I'm ready to help you feel better. In the meantime, when life gets you down, friends and family just don't seem to be enough, and no one seems to care. Hug your therapy dog, located in the basket by the door.
Hello, teacher. Has something come up and you can't make it into work today? Are you worried the substitute will outshine you in every possible way because you just barely got the job to begin with? Meet the super subbers. Sure, school districts are usually the ones that take care of finding your replacement, but they don't have to be. We've managed to weasel our way through enough legal loopholes to allow you to make the call. That's right, you get to pick your own sub. So why go with super subbers? It's simple. Our substitute teachers can barely read. Even if they can, they'll pretend they can't, and they're good actors. Some of them majored in it. When you hire a super subber, you can rest assured that you will look amazing by comparison. By the time the day is done, even the kids will miss you. But don't take our word for it.
It took me 8 years to get my teaching degree, so when I got my first job at Wieslow Elementary, I was excited. Then I got sick one morning, and I just couldn't make it in. And I thought, well, this is the end. Might as well take up juggling. Then I found super subbers, and everything changed. Mostly for the better. They hired this substitute who could read and write, but really didn't know how to control the volume of his voice. When he was mad at kids, he would whisper. When he was happy, he'd yell so loud it even startled some of the teachers. Anytime he'd make a mistake, he would sit on his desk up front and cry, throwing his head back, sobbing uncontrollably. The other teachers told me this. Now my class usually can't stand me because I always ask them to do stuff. This super subber took it one step further. He locked each student in the bathroom one at a time until they could recite the Pledge of Allegiance, simultaneously reciting their ABCs in between each verse. And they had to go through the whole alphabet this way. If they messed up, you know what he did? He cried and told them their parents would die one day. Well, when I came walking back into that classroom the next morning, I got 16 fruit baskets, mostly from the kids. Thank you, Super Subbers. You've made this teacher look a whole lot better.
That's just one story we're legally allowed to share. So don't wait. Call us up now. Get a couple subs on standby. You never know when you're gonna be sick or feel like going to the casino for a day. Super Subbers. Proud to be incompetent.
Okay, I'm back. I'm ready for the next apology. But I'm not happy about it.
I told you I didn't know that was in the fridge.
How could you not know raw meat was in the fridge? That stuff stinks.
Well, you didn't seem to notice until just now.
What other meat have you been hiding from me? Huh? You worried I'll end up like your kids? Oh, Hazel, I'm sorry. Don't face through the wall again. And she's gone. Well, add her to the list of people to apologize to. Alright, listeners, I'm back. At least I still have you to talk to, right? Okay, apology number 2. Here goes. Ooh, this is gonna be a weird one. Dear Jessica, first, I want you to know that I forgive you for ghosting me when you had to enter witness protection. I still don't know why you waited so long to have your friend tell me about it, but whatever, that's your life, your choices. You'll probably never hear this, but you meant a lot to me. You single-handedly almost got me to disown my mother. Takes a special person to do that. We had a nice thing going there for a while. I want you to know that I enjoyed our walks, late at night when no one could see us. I want to say I'm sorry. For the 3.5 months that we were together, I didn't treat you right. I didn't spend enough time listening to you. I think back on those moments now, on those late nights watching TV and movies when you said, "Can't we just talk for a few minutes?" And I'd say, "Sure." And I'll be honest, I don't remember a thing about what you said. So I'm sorry for that. And I'm sorry that lately, when I look at one of the old photos of us, I can't help but wonder how your elbow tastes. The tendons, just so rich anyway. I'm so hungry right now. It's really bad, Jess. I thought I was on the right track, being a teacher, making a difference in other people's lives, like I finally had my life in order. The only thing that was missing was you. But you had to stay safe. Then I wind up here in this cabin, and now I'm devouring raw carcasses. I bet you wouldn't even be surprised, would you? So I'm sorry for wasting your time, and I'm sorry for turning into a cannibal. And I'm also sorry for that time you really laid into your sister when you thought she took your prized locket. I took it. I forgot to get Mom something for her birthday, so I took it and I gave it to her. I'm also sorry for the hateful, threatening messages I left when I found out you were in witness protection. I still don't know who got them. So if these are the last words I ever say to you, whether or not you hear them, well, I want those words to be this. I'm sorry for wasting your time. But you really should have called. Oh, guys, I don't know how much longer I can do this. I mean, I don't have that many options, but I have some. I do have some. I think I found a couple of ducks wandering out there by the pond. Now, they wouldn't be filling, but they'd be something to gnaw on for a while. I'll tell you, I'm just glad there aren't other people up here. That is not a place I want to go. I would do it. Oh, yeah. I wouldn't even look back. I just don't want to do it because I'd have no guilt. None. I'm just so ravenous right now. Well, I better go find Hazel and apologize. I've got one more apology, but in the meantime, here's some weird people selling weird stuff.
Kilper's Bon Bon Bakery is a small bakery with a big sign. We ask that customers eat their purchases right here at the counter while it's fresh. It's all part of the unique Kilper expensive experience. Don't worry, it's a long counter. We'll even have stools soon. Worried that freshly baked loaf you ordered will come out cold? Don't be. Our food is so hot we once had to call an ambulance to save a little boy's tongue. He talks with a lisp now, but he's still got that tongue. For all you pervs out there who wanted us to make a calendar, we did. June is just a picture of a flaky croissant. August is a loaf of bread. And February, that's me holding up a rolling pin like it's my middle finger. I'm committed to continuing the family business here at Kilper's Bon Bon Bakery, but please stop asking me about the Kilpers. I'm not family. I only won this bakery when I lost a bet. Do you like chocolate chip muffins? Well, too bad, we only have blueberry. But have you ever gone to a cafe or bakery and thought, you know what this place needs? More sugar. Well, good news. We got buckets of candy, all left over from last Halloween. So if your little ones are getting bored with how long it's taking you to finish off that loaf of bread sitting there at the counter, long after it's gone cold, and you need a fork and knife just to cut through it, give them a sugar rush and smile as they slowly slip into the coma. I may never have wanted this place, but I'm glad I have it. I'm glad it's mine. And because it's mine, you're going to obey my rules. And if you don't like it, we got a special room in the back. Because we here at Kilper's Bon Bakery are proud of our family. Small business, that's what runs America. Small business and thinly veiled threats. If you don't eat our bread, you might as well spit on our graves. If you can't finish every last bit of what you bought, we'll triple the price. We look forward to seeing you soon at Kilper's Bon Bakery. Bread, muffins, and that's about it. You know, I'm well aware there was a different reason you brought me here tonight. You don't like amusement parks. What gives, Stevie?
Now, can't we just have some fun? Look around, go on some rides? Why does everything have to be about commitment with you?
Okay, keep playing coy. We both know why I'm really here. You gave me your class ring, Stevie. Am I supposed to ignore that?
You know I'm not good talking about my feelings.
Only when you're in the arcade, right? You're like a different person in there. Why is that?
I think it's mostly the pinball machines.
Do they have pinball machines here? I'd love to play.
Alright, I'll see if I can find an arcade. Out of my way.
Hey, be careful, sir.
Get out of my way.
Okay, everybody clear. Something's wrong with Ricky. I didn't know Gary the Gopher could talk. Oh, hey, you two. Listen, really important question, just real quick. You didn't happen to see Mr. Ricky there carrying a peg leg, did you?
I thought it was just a table leg. I thought it was a baseball bat, but I've been a little distracted. Oh, watch where you're going, stupid young man. Oh, yeah, hey, do you guys got an arcade? My girlfriend and I want to play some pinball.
Is that what they call it now?
Huh? What did you ask me?
Oh, no.
Ask that again, please.
Yeah, where's your arcade?
Why would you bother me with such a stupid question? Haven't you seen the signs? There's a sign there, there's a sign there. What did you think those were?
Cotton candy machines? Everybody out. This is not a drill. Wild Ricky's gone off his rocker.
You want to know where the arcade is, son? Here, I'll show ya.
Stop it. That thing hurts.
It's supposed to.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm bleeding bad. Run, honey. He can't catch us both.
I think you're underestimating Wild Ricky. When he gets like this, nothing's impossible.
Yeah, here, let's see what he thinks about this metal sign upside the side of the head. Come here, Wild Ricky. Threaten my girlfriend? You're gonna pay.
Oh, that sign's not gonna do much against a peg leg, son. That's what I thought.
Oh, my. Hey, what's going on?
Okay, oh no. How dare you? You just wanted to know where the arcade was. Oh no, I don't think Wild Ricky would hit a woman, but I didn't want to find out this way. That'll teach you to mess with my maybe one day possibly fiancé. Well, looks like I'm gonna have to collect unemployment for a while again. Okay, better call some people. Hello, listen, there's been an accident at the amusement park. Wild Ricky's Amusement Resort and Park? Yes, I can confirm. He has the peg leg. Are you bored? Feel like throwing things? Come to Machete Corner. How did I come up with the idea for this place? You know how you find old stuff lying around you just don't use anymore, and then you cut off half your little finger because you're cleaning out underneath the bed, and you go to the emergency room and it takes them like 2 hours just to stitch the thing back on? Yeah, it was one of those deals. Machete Corner is located in the middle of Rayhawk Street. IV bags are on standby at this fine, incredibly safe establishment. Why chuck an axe when you can fling a machete? If you don't know how to brandish this deadly weapon, we also have a special instructor, Mr. Whippet. He'll play a relevant action scene from a recent movie on the old flat screen above the desk. Watch closely. Mr. Whippet always nods off within minutes, so he's not going to give you a demonstration. The last time he tried, we had to shut our doors for 29 weeks. It was a leap year. For a special challenge, try our jungle run. We've stuffed some plants and bushes in a small room near the machete cages. Mad at your boss? Wish your brother would stop, existing? This is your chance to go nuts. Please keep children far away from the jungle run. Give them a junior machete for practice. We're all about family here at Machete Corner. That's why we host safety classes. Just bring your own instructor. We have the space. So what can a machete place offer you that a hatchet house can't? Well, here's the thing. When you go to a hatchet house, you just know you're going to see someone who's going to try to kill you. It's a way of life. And the worst part is they'll make it look like an accident. At least at Machete Corner, if someone's trying to kill you, you'll know it. And hey, if you want a special night out with that special someone, and your kids are being too much of a pain, just leave him with Mr. Whippet. We lock the door when he falls asleep. They'll be safe. I may not look like the type to wield a machete, but let me tell you something. I dated a man for several weeks, and every time he'd have to use something sharper than a butter knife, he would weep uncontrollably and start shaking, and he couldn't get to sleep for hours on end. Sometimes he'd stay up for 24 to 36 hours straight. I once watched this guy try to eat a steak with a butter knife, and that was the night I dumped him. And you know what? His tears made me smile. So ever since I've decided I'm gonna live life the way it was meant to be lived, as dangerously as possible. So come on out to Machete Corner. Sharp edges are what make life worth living.
Are you tired of living in your apartment and/or house? Try Sunrise Real Estate. Don't know where to start? Our new addition, Chuck Drake, will be happy to meet you at a beautiful home you might have to sell a liver to afford. Just make sure it's not yours. Chuck is a master at pointing at rooms. He'll even convince you that sitting in one for an extended period will magically give you the life society says you've always wanted. We've been in business for 30 years, so we've got some really cool ways you can distract yourself. Didn't get that promotion? Buy a house. Hey, add a pool. Are you a widow? Someone needs an ocean view. Looking for a place to start a secret family? Enjoy our modest other homes. We'll never tell. It's all about energy when it comes to your new apartment or house, isn't it? It's not about how it looks. Who cares? What is a closed design anyway? Who knows? I bet Chuck Drake does. No, he doesn't. But he does know how to point to things. That's why we hired him. He's got this really magnetic personality, and he's found some good houses to sell. Now introducing Fizzle Seeds. Plant these special seeds in your new front or backyard, and you might be surprised at what comes up. Hey, so will we. You'll get a free packet of Fizzle Seeds when you buy a house worth at least $275,000. So what do you do with these seeds? Toss a small handful of Fizzle Seeds into a glass of Alka-Seltzer or your favorite carbonated drink. Just make sure it's clear liquid. You're going to want to watch the color change real carefully. If it turns blue, you're good to go. If it turns green, you've gone too far and it might kill you. So what types of plants will these bad boys create? Probably something. So how do you know you can trust Chuck Drake? Well, we hold our agents to a very high standard. How do we punish them? That's not important. That doesn't matter. What are you waiting for? The longer you live, the more likely you are to die. That's just science. Let Chuck Drake take your mind off of what's coming in the end. Sunrise Real Estate. Homes with heart and candelabras.
It's on the roof again, Carson. I can hear it.
Oh, get me the broom.
Don't you want the gun?
I'm running out of ammo. Just the broom will be fine. Here, thanks. Okay, deep breath. You wait here.
Well, it's not like he can hurt me.
Okay. I see you up there. I hear you pretty good, too. And what's wrong? You been hibernating lately? Look, I don't know what your problem is with me, but I'm pretty sure you can understand what I'm saying. Come down here and face me. What's wrong that you won't look me in the eye and tell me why you possessed me a month ago? What are you? Have you always been here? Was this your cabin before Hazel's? Are you a previous owner or something? That can't be right. Now, if you thought I was trespassing, I'd be dead already. I'm pretty sure you could do it. Gah, at least quiet down.
Did you get it?
Nope. I'm so hungry.
Focus on the steps. You got, what, one more to go?
Yeah. Well, 2. Hazel, I'm sorry. My mind barely feels like my own anymore. Now, I snapped at you and I shouldn't have. You're the only person up here I have to talk to who I know is listening, but to be honest, even if you weren't, I'd still want to.
That's the nicest thing anyone said to me since I died. So who's left?
Just one. All right. Let me get settled in here. Dear Mom, it's Carson. I've been riding the exercise bike lately, thinking about how we used to go to the gym together. I'm sorry I wasn't there for you the day you died. I'm sorry my face wasn't the last one you saw before you passed on. I'm also sorry for giving your old middle school friend a hard time when she showed up at the funeral. I didn't remember her. With what time I have left, as a human, as something I can comfortably define as human, I want you to know that I'll think back on our time very fondly. You weren't always there for me, but once Dad vanished, you stepped up. I'm sorry about everything that happened with Jessica. I don't think she was right for me. That witness protection thing still feels a little weird. To be honest, I don't know how much time I have left. And it's not just the cannibalism. It's also not just sanity slowly slipping away. I just feel like my time's almost up, you know? I remember when I was 10, and you took me to my birthday party at the bowling alley. And I didn't recognize anyone there, but you got them all to sing happy birthday to me. I only realized 10 years later that none of them knew who I was, and you'd forgotten my birthday until that morning. But you know what? When you remembered, well, you made my day. Oh, that guy at the shoe counter was so mad when you stole a pair. But if you hadn't, I never would have gone on to star as the clown magician in my 3rd grade talent show. Thank you for pushing me to finish my degree. I want you to know that every single kid I helped in school, I helped because of you. In fact, I'm only at this cabin because of you. I thought, you know what, I should step outside my comfort zone again. Mom was always telling me I was playing it too safe. And Mom, I need to apologize for one more thing. I need to apologize for the fact that I am about to eat a human being. Love you, Mom. Sincerely, Carson.
What was that?
What?
What you just said about eating a human being.
Don't worry, Hazel. It's not you.
Carson, what did you do?
Hazel, I think we need to talk. Strangers, listen to this. Let's get this set up. All right. Hi, my name is Barry Moulton, and this is my audition tape for Fire Your Neighbor. I am of sound mind and well aware that anything I pay to have happen is outside of the show's control. I assume full responsibility for whatever befalls my neighbor, be it mental, physical, or other. Well, a little bit about me. I'm a 38-year-old waiter who also works at a laundromat, and I enjoy both jobs very much. But sometimes when I come home, I just want to relax. And my neighbor, Jessup Confrey, he sings to his cats late at night, sometimes as early as 5:30. It's basically like this: the way that some people drink alcohol at all hours of the day and get wasted by 3 in the afternoon, that's like this guy, but with music and cats. And no alcohol that I can tell. I'm pretty sure if he got drunk, he'd die. I've tried to settle this myself many times. I even placed an old stereo outside of his home in the hopes that he'd get the point. But he just took it, and now he listens to it all day long. I think he's messing with me. So why should I be on the show? Well, it's simple, really. Look at this smile. Yeah, I'm a charismatic guy, you know? And I'm a nice person. I go out of my way to wish my friends a happy birthday before Facebook tells me to. I even get some of them presents. And hey, I buy presents for the neighborhood kids every Christmas, even if they're Jewish. Sometimes the good things I do get misinterpreted. Like that time a woman's cat died and I had it stuffed so she could remember it forever. She didn't appreciate the taxidermy bill, so I covered it. Now, if I'm reading your guidelines correctly, you'll evaluate my neighbor, hook him up to a lie detector test, and then put him through a series of increasingly complex obstacle courses. And if he fails, which you assure me he will, how much I pay directly influences what you do to him. It says here you'll make sure he's fired, I don't know how you can do that, and one by one begin to remove key aspects of their livelihood. I'm all for it. Bad people can't have nice things. Stupid cats. But to be clear, should I win the grand prize, I will take care of his cats. My name is Barry Moulton, and I'm ready to fire my neighbor. Does that sound good? Is that good? Yeah, we're good. Okay. Welcome to Why Not Photo, the photography studio that's just one guy. Philip has been taking pictures since he was 9. His family couldn't afford to finance his dream to become a professional photographer. It took a string of horrific, suspicious accidents and inheritances to make that dream a reality. And he's proud to call Why Not Photo his home away from home. And sometimes just his home, but he doesn't like to talk about that. Families of 2 or less can have their pictures taken at Why Not Photo for just $97 total. Families of 3 adults or more cost $107. A set of pictures with any children involved whatsoever, no matter the number, will cost a flat rate of $375. You know why. Worried about wearing the right thing? Striking the perfect pose? Don't be. At Why Not Photo, Phil picks your outfit from a collection he bought off a local community theater. And Phil picks the poses. Period. He directed a few local productions in his time, so he has a vision. If you want a special backdrop, Phil can root around and throw up a green screen he bought in college. It will cost you an extra $50. You get dry mouth when you have your picture taken, don't you? We all do. For an extra $17.50, Phil will throw in a 24-pack of bottled water. Feel free to drink up to 2 an hour, but you can't stay here past 3. You can't. He's got these nighttime rituals he doesn't like to talk about, and it's best you don't ask. I tried asking once and almost lost my job. And my kids. Anyway, what do you hate most about professional photography studios? The blinding light, right? You don't have to worry about that. The flash from Bill's cell phone is barely noticeable.
Hi, I'm Phil, and I'd be honored to take pictures of you, and maybe your family, for substantially more money, of course. My number one goal at Why Not Photo is to take pictures the way I think they ought to be taken. Now come on in with your suggestions. I'll pretend to listen. I'm good at that. Listening. Yeah, listening. What? I know my eyes look a little red today. Truth is, they look a little red every day. That's what happens when you can't sleep anymore. I can't. I'm just so fixated on taking the perfect picture. Will you be the one? Come on out to Why Not Photo. Because...
Thanks, Phil. I'll take it from here. We worry about him sometimes. Now, if you want your prom pictures taken here, be sure to allot an extra 2 to 3 hours for the process. The memories hit Phil like a freight train. The nostalgia is crippling. He wasn't that popular in high school. We don't know why, but we love Phil. In fact, we're contractually obligated to. Want your picture taken? Try Why Not Photo. For Phil.
Hey kids, adults too, are you ready to come enjoy Camp Fapawapa? That's right, this is a summer camp for the real kids out there. Parents, if your kids aren't excited enough to spend extended periods of time away from you, you're doing something wrong. Camp Fapawapa is proud to give kids a different kind of summer camp experience. So what can you expect when you enroll your little ones? Well, that's really up to you. We have many packages available, but we're not going to teach your kids pointless skills like starting fires and learning how to cook a meal. That's how arsonists are born. No, when you enroll your young one at Camp Fapawapa, you can trust us to teach them real-world values, whatever it takes. Has your kid been misbehaving at home? Won't do his chores? We've got a room for that. It's an old janitor's closet, now called Fear Me. Now don't worry, we won't lock your kid inside or anything, but we will make sure they stay inside. We'll have guards posted right outside the door, and while they're in that room, your child will have to face their fears, whatever that fear may be. Fill out the questionnaire honestly if you want to make a real difference. If the kid can face and conquer their fear within 30 to 45 minutes, they'll be allowed to eat dessert that night. And we've got some good desserts. We have most of them flown in from Portugal. Pay us extra and we'll be extra hard on your kid. And if you want the regular leadership skills instilled in them, we've got a way to do that. Late at night, we'll wake up random cabins. Then we'll blindfold all the little kids and tell them to spin around for 7 minutes. Once the crying stops, we'll choose one and shout, "Leader!" This person will have 12 to 15 minutes to safely guide their cabin mates back to the cabin. And we're surrounded by lakes, so anything could happen. If any child falls by the wayside, the leader will have to spend 2 hours in the fear room. Does this sound like child abuse? It's not if you sign up for it, and the longer they're away from the comforts of home, the more they'll learn to appreciate them, right? Trust me, this is all for the best. You know, I've been a counselor here at Camp Fapawapa for 10 years, 4 of them legally, and I can say beyond a shadow of a doubt that the kids who go home shaking and crying, they're going places. And no, they'll never be the same again, but you don't really want them to be, do you? It's a small price to pay for peace in your home. So what happens to those camp cadets who don't have the special hard treatment? Well, we've got s'mores and sing-alongs and a puppeteer named Rudy. So if you're ready to teach your kid a little more about the world, but you don't want to have to do it yourself, send them to summer camp. Camp Fapawapa opens for the season on May 12th. We're also aggressively hiring swimming instructors. Sorry, Jake. Why are we recording again? It's not like you told me anything. Why are you so quiet? You're making me nervous.
Do you remember when I told you that man who attacked me, like, little less than a month ago, when I was out hunting, said some weird stuff?
You mean my baby?
Yeah, your son.
How could I forget that?
Do you by any chance remember what I told you he said?
Well, I didn't write it down.
One of the things he told me was that he'd caught someone else trespassing up here. Now, when I got back to the cabin after I, killed him, I went into the basement and I looked. And I looked other places besides the basement. I think I just started there because it's like the cliche thing. And he might have said basement. I don't remember. I couldn't find anyone, so I figured he was just crazy.
Well, by the end he was.
Not entirely.
What?
I found something. Here, come with me.
Oh, you really like to bury the lead, don't you? Watch your step. Oh, watch your leg. I've been down the basement steps before.
Yeah, wow, that really... Oh, hold on.
Here, use me.
You're sure you're not going to just go invisible?
I'm not sure. Use the railing.
Yeah.
How long do these cramps usually last?
I don't even remember. This leg hasn't bothered me for years. And it must have come down really hard when that guy tried to kill me. All right, I'll just limp my way down here.
Ow. You sure it's not your deodorant?
Actually, I'm pretty sure it's not me at all.
I'm gonna ask you one more time, and if you don't answer, I will leave and never return. What did you do?
I didn't do anything. But your boy did.
Who is that?
You know, I wondered that too at first. What with the swollen eyes and tongue.
Oh, it's so rank.
Yup, told you it wasn't me.
Oh, can you shut the door?
Yeah, give me a second.
What, you actually want to look at that?
See all the ice?
My word, there's buckets full.
That's where it went. He must have killed him when I was out hunting some night. Maybe he even did it when I went out that first night I got lost, looking for help.
My son killed this man?
Yeah, he sure did. But like you said, he wasn't him anymore.
So you gonna tell me who this is?
This is my old friend, Doug.
One of the ones you came up here with?
Yeah. We always brought him along because he seemed lonely. Maybe we should have left him alone.
Why is he barefoot?
Oh, his shoes are in the snow, pointing toward the cabin.
All right, well, what do we do? Do we just take him outside and bury him in the snow then? Where do you want to put him? Ooh, maybe near the pond? That'd be nice. Okay, you grab his shoulders, I'll get the feet.
No, that's not what we're doing, Hazel. I just wanted to explain before...
Carson? Is this what you were apologizing for?
Let's not make this more uncomfortable than it has to be. You know how desperately I need food right now.
I want you to listen to me.
There's no need to touch my face.
You're a good man, Carson Brooks. There's still time. You don't have to do this.
How could you possibly get it? You were never a cannibal. I can't ignore this, Hazel. Part of me doesn't even want to anymore. Do me a favor, would you? Would you go up there and set those traps I made for the thing on the roof? By the time you're done, I probably will be too.
You sure about this?
I am.
All right, well, we don't have any napkins, but at least let me bring you some towels, okay?
Yeah, just leave them at the top of the steps there. Oh, yeah, I should turn this off, shouldn't I? Okay, listeners, thanks for listening. I gotta go eat. Hi, Light Keepers. For all the latest on Lighthouse Dark, stop by Facebook at Lighthouse Dark Podcast, check out our website, lighthousedark.com, and say hi on Twitter at Dark Lantern Pod. Lighthouse Dark was created and produced by Travis Corter. Story by Travis Corter. Voices by Travis Corter. Our theme song comes from epidemicsound.com. Additional music and sound effects courtesy of epidemicsound.com and storyblocks.com. For more info, see the description. Before you listen to the next one, take a minute to rate and review Lighthouse Dark on iTunes, Spotify, or wherever you're listening. Until next time, remember, we're all in this together. Keep those lanterns lit.
Sunrise Real Estate. Homes with heart and candelabras